Imagine a world where AI and machine learning power maintenance operations. At Perspect Analytics, our solutions harness data and knowledge to revolutionize asset management and maintenance operations with unparalleled business intelligence.
Well, I'd like to welcome both Cindy and John to the Lunch and Learn on maintenance planning. To start with, we're going to just talk a little bit about maintenance planning. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're planning for a maintenance repair on a house or on a apartment building, or whether you're doing maintenance planning for a automated piece of equipment, like a filler or a automated CNC lathe or a robot. The process is identical. It's the same approach. It's the same information that we require based on what the equipment needs are. So what we're going to talk about today is how do we plan for a repair. Now, this includes all of the what and the how. So what is it that we need to plan for? What material do we require? How much labor is required and what skill sets are required? Is there any safety involved that has to be looked at? Are there any uniqueness as to various requirements from an operational perspective that we need to look into? These are all the areas that we're going to be looking at from the what perspective and how when we look at job planning. One of the nice parts about planning work is that when I plan a job properly, it improves my productivity of my tradespeople who are executing it. And most planners nowadays are planning work. They go out, they look at the job, they come back, they have to find the information that they require to determine what and how, the material required. They have to order the parts if necessary, create a kit. And then from there, they need to finish planning the job and actually put the sequence of operations in. They need to then make sure that they've got all the safety requirements in. And this can take on a medium-sized job anywhere between 4 and 8 hours. So the tool we're going to show you today, AIJobPlanner, takes that information and develops a draft job plan. Now, in reality, it takes about 3 to 5 minutes to develop this draft job plan. And then from there, it needs to be adjusted. And from experience, what we're finding is that the time it takes now to adjust that, so basically we're taking it, we say here's the job plan. Well, I need this piece, I need this piece, subtract this piece, and so on, usually takes between 15 and 30 minutes to complete. So now we've got an advanced job plan that we can utilize within 30 to 45 minutes compared to taking 4 to 5, maybe 8 hours. So I'm just going to share my screen and we'll get right into it. First of all, I'd like to welcome all those who just arrived. This is Perspect Analytics Lunch and Learn session on maintenance planning. What I would like from one of you is, can you give me a piece of equipment or a job that you would require a maintenance plan on, and we will plan for that. Does anybody have any suggestions? We're going to share my screen now, and we will get into showing you how AIJobPlanner works. All right, you should be able to see the AIJobPlanner screen. So what you're looking at right now is you're looking at the premium subscription for AIJobPlanner. This has the ability to create up to 50 templates, so you can create an output that matches for uniqueness for your equipment. And it also has the inputs on and exports of safety involved in it. So safety of the OSHA side. So as you'll see here, when you first come in, we've got a few screens. There's only 2 mandatory areas that need to be filled in. They are the description field and the equipment details. So I'm going to type in here a issue which we'll just replace and repair. Electrical motor. So this is the detailed description that we're looking at. We can get a lot more in depth. We could say that it's 30 feet in the air. We could say various information around what we're trying to do to it for the repair. We'll put in here under the repair, we'll put in a replace bearings. Now, the next information that's mandatory to fill in is the equipment description. Now, here we need to tell it what type of motor we're working on, or we can tell it what type of equipment we're working on, and it will then look for that information related to it. So I could be on a automated canning filler. In that case, we would put in the filler information name here and some of the nameplate data, as well as the electrical motor that we're working on, and it would then know what area and how we're supposed to sequence to get that motor out and then put the new one in. But for this example, we're just going to call it an Emerson, 400 horsepower, 600 volt AC, A-frame, 3-phase motor. Now you notice down at the bottom here, beside the generate plan, that we have additional ones that have popped up. So one of the things that features with AI Job Planner is that it allows us to be able to quickly find additional plans that are already within the system. And it takes it through a probability analysis through AI, and it brings back the highest probable plan that's already developed. If we find that one of these matches, we would just click on it. It would then open up that job plan. We can make some minor adjustments, and then we can export it to our CMMS or to a PDF work order. What we're going to do today is we're just going to generate a plan from this information that we have. So I'm going to generate the plan. Now you'll notice in generate the plan, down here we have operation in progress. And then we have device going around here showing that it's in motion. There is also a prompts, as you'll notice there. Depending on the template that you've chosen, we chose a premium template. It will have a different number of prompts that it has to go through. And these templates can be set up by the end user, by the system administrator of the end user, to enable that you get the right output. And maybe you might have one for inspections. You could have one for transportation vehicles and another one for production equipment. Either way, you can set these up and customize it so you get the output in the format in which you would like. Now, this takes usually between 1 to 3 minutes to generate the plan. Now, you notice here at the bottom, below regenerate the plan button here, we've got edit your plan. So what this has done now was within a couple minutes, we've been able to develop a draft job plan. Now, this draft job plan, you'll notice at the top it has a header. So it's bearing replacement and repair of Emerson 400 horsepower motor. If we want to adjust that, we just click on this, and now we can type in anything that we would like. We have got a description here. We've got the equipment that we're working on, which is the information that we put in the input screen. We've got an estimated labor hours of 22 hours, estimated duration of work 30.5 hours, and 9 hours of actual estimated production outage. And it classified it as an electrical motor maintenance repair. Now you notice as we scroll down, we've got these tasks that it generated. To disassemble the motor, inspect and remove old bearings, prepare and install new bearings, reassemble the motor, test functionality, document for service, and it provided the safety requirements at the bottom here. Now, AI Job Planner Premium Edition, there are a lot more fields that we can fill in, and one of them is safety, where we can specifically state this is the safety that we're following at this company. Here is the safety requirements and our standard operating procedures for arc flash or for ladder safety or whichever, and we can input that into the system, and I'll show you that in a minute here. So now if I want to open up the tasks, all I do is click on this button here, highlight it, and now it opens up each individual task. And in each individual task, you've got estimated times, labor. If I've got a kit, an inventory kit, I can add the kit number in here. I can remove the kit if I need to. For this disassembling of the motor, it's got unbolt the motor from the mounting base and label all connections. If I need to add in a new entry, an additional activity, I click here, and now I can type in whatever that activity needs to be. I can provide it with an estimated labor hours, and if there's any production outage time and so on. I can also remove any one that I would like. I just click remove. Inventory, I need a set of wrenches and sockets. I need a millwright for 6 hours. If the estimated time is not correct, I can adjust it here, and I'm just going to scroll down a bit. You'll notice I'm adjusting estimated labor hours, which is total estimated labor hours up here. As I adjust this, it changes up here. It went from 22 down to 19. So as we make the adjustments at the upper part of any task, our header numbers and estimates automatically change. So I come down here if I want to reorder it. So let's say I want this one to be the 3rd step or the 4th step, I would just punch that in there and it will adjust the actual task's location. With inspect, replacing, and so on. So what we do now is you go through and you adjust each one of these tasks to what it is that you require. Now from there, once we get this completed and get this in the area that we would like, we can come up here. Now we can choose a language that we would like this job plan to be saved in. So as long as auto save is on, if I change this to another language, let's change it to Spanish. It will now change this job plan into Spanish, but it will save the same job plan in English. And once that's done, all the plan will then be saved in the various language that we have. As you can see here, everything now is in Spanish. So now I have the same plan now in English as well as in Spanish. I'm just going to change it back to English. Now, as you can see here beside the language, we have edit inputs, export plan, we can copy a plan, we can view the history and see the history of that plan, when it was generated, who generated it, and we can also delete a plan. For this demonstration, just right now with this, I'm just going to pull up the export plan. Now here you'll notice that we can export it into a CSV file, Johnson file, a PDF, or we can actually have it uploaded into either of your systems, whether it be Maximal, SAP, Upkeep, Fix. And if you do not see the system you're using here, just talk to us and we can get that API developed for us so that we can automatically update and generate a work order for you. Now that only comes with the premium and the enterprise subscriptions. I'm just going to click on the PDF one. You'll notice down here in the bottom right-hand corner that we have the operations in progress happening. Once this is operated, it will generate a PDF, and the PDF then can be opened. It's in a work order format. You can now actually hand out to your tradespeople to go from there. Again, the exporting to a PDF, depending on the size of the plan, can take upwards of 2 minutes. You notice here we've got the replacement. We double click on it and it opens up a full job plan with the various tasks and information that was in the actual job plan that was developed. So let's come back here now. Do you have any questions at all so far on our AI job planner? What I'll do is I'll show you some of the features so that you can get a feel for the power behind our tool. Back up here, you notice now I've got the ability, this is the original plan. I can click new plan, and we're back to the original screen that we had. On the left-hand side here, we have the ability to see our plans that have been saved within AI job plan. So one of the nice things about best practices with job planning is you only ever want to plan a job once. If I have something that's close, I want to adjust it. Or if it's planned once for that device, I want to find it quickly. Within AI Job Planner, we can very quickly search and find any one of the areas that we're looking for, any job plan that we're looking for. We can put additional fields in and add the fields across the top here, so we can then export this and download all of our job plans into a CSV file or another file. One of the things that's unique about AI Job Planner is down here in the memory section. Now, here in the memory, we know that companies have two different types of documents. They have documents in which are proprietary to them or that they own and they do not want to have any other company see that information. But yet it has valuable information in the planning process. You can upload by dragging and dropping any PDF or document that could be from a PowerPoint right through to a Word, PDF Word document into this folder. And what it does is it parses it and it brings it in here. Now, the information within this area is 100% secure. So this is the first database, and we encourage, when you're in the training side, for your planners to put in all the documents that they have. What the software does now is it looks to this information to develop the job plan. And then when it can't find the information that it needs, it goes outside to the large language model. And then from there, it fills the gaps. So in here, you can put safety. You notice we've got the filter labels. We've got safety. We've got standards, maintenance, or operation. So you can put all of your documentation in here, and now the tool will look to that documentation, pull back the information in which it's looking for your plan, and then if it has holes left in it, it will then go out to the large language model, and it will then pull back that additional information to fill the gaps. This ensures that you've got secure information for your internal IP, as well as your external ability to be able to fill the gaps that may not be there within your documentation. Now, this can be used for, if you think of it, if you're utilizing it with third party, you've got a facility management and you've got a third party contractor coming in, the tool can be utilized by them. They cannot see the documents and open the documents, but the documents are here and in the background. If you're a OEM, and you've got a service team and you want to set up a portal for your end service unit or clients, you could put certain documentation into the service client, and you can have way more IP advanced documents for your service team. We would set them up in two separate incidences, and now your service team has instant information to their data, and your clients have information that they can utilize as well. So I'm just going to go back into the edit section here, and I'm going to create. Now, you notice I mentioned earlier that we have additional information that we could fill in. So on top of filling in the information up here, repair hydraulic cylinder, we have an asset number. Now, what this does is we can tie this actual feature here in with your work order system, so that if you have an actual asset number or a location number, you can tie that in there. You can give it an asset class. And now we can also provide it with work order information. Before I go into that, you notice that I spelled hydraulics wrong. Now, this is not a Google search style. This is cognitive knowledge transfer. So spelling doesn't matter. And most tradesmen, when you're typing in, are not used to typing in. So if they make a spelling mistake, it's not going to affect the outcome of the draft job plan. So under safe working conditions, we could say that we require a man lift. We require arc flash. We require lockout tagout. We can type in here. We have to give it a description. Now we can also give additional information in here if we have the serial number, nameplate data, criticality, and so on. You notice that at the bottom here again, we've got the saved job plans that show up. But now if you look down here under the hidden data, we've got safety. So in here, we would put in any of the additional information in which we may have. So under hydraulic pressure, we're at 25 bar. And the electrical motor to await current, 24 amps. We can also come down here into the job site visit. A lot of times when we're developing our PM program, we need to actually plan our jobs before we put them into our CMMS system. That information and that knowledge now we can put in here. It can now plan the job plan for us, and we can provide it with an ID and with a frequency if that has already been determined. What that does now is that adds that into the work order so that as we start saving that work order and developing it, it's saved as a PM job plan, and when you upload it into the CMMS system, you can now link it with your PM program. We also have the ability to track permits. You can click which permit that you require. Again, with the templates, I can change and add in additional permits or custom permits in which I may need. And again, standards here as well. So we've got different standards that we can add depending on what we have. We also have interference work. Now, interference work is when you do your job walk. And there is some additional information in which you'd like to just sort of remind yourself of when you're doing the plan. You would come in here and click it. Click what it is. I need rigging, or I need a people lift, or there's an environmental issue and so on. So you fill in all this additional information. You determine which template you want to use. We got on the premium side of it, we have inspection work orders, which basically come out as an inspection style. We have a standard, we have a premium detailed safety, which puts the safety requirements inside each individual task. And we have a simple and an example template in the premium subscription. So you choose which one you would like, you click it. If you need to see which files are already attached to this job plan, I can click here and it will bring me in and show which ones are already attached. And if I want to download and drop files, I just drag them onto the files and it will automatically link them into the memory. So that now we can see the planner. If I'm a planner and let's say James is a planner, I have the documentation, I can load it in. It's now in the system for when James now comes to work on the same equipment. All that data is already within the system. And at this point, all you would do again is generate a plan. And now within 1 to 3 minutes, that plan is draft job plan shows up. You'll notice now the prompt, the last one was 7. With this template, we've got 8 prompts in which we're looking for. So what it's doing is it's going out looking for the information that's within our internal documents that we've saved on it, trying to fill the information that we require. When it can't find that information, it then goes to the large language model to find that information and bring it back and place it in. So we get a complete draft job plan within roughly 3 minutes. This tool can also be used for emergency and urgent work. So one of the nice things about the speed of this is when I link this tool to it, and I got the tradesman going out, working on that piece of equipment, Production and operations is usually asking the tradesman, can you give me some information how long this is going to take? And they may not have the experience, or maybe a third-party contractor that doesn't have that experience behind working on this equipment before. They can easily come in here, quickly put in the description of the equipment, quickly put it in the description of what they're trying to find and a plan, and we can generate a job plan for them very quickly, which gives them the estimated hour. They still need to adjust it, but it gives them a very strong starting point to be able to save time and improve productivity. So you notice here, in here, we've got interference work. We've got the description at the top with the estimated hours and labor. And now when we come down here, these are the tasks. Now we can add a new task in if we'd like. So we've got inspect hydraulic cylinder, prepare, lockout tagout procedures, remove hydraulic cylinder, disassemble, reassemble, install, replace, test cylinders, complete documentation. Now let's say we need an additional step put in. I'm going to say to contact production. And I want that contact production to go into task number 1. So I click in there. And now it just shifts up into the top. So now it is down here as our first order. So that's how you would reorder anything. If I want to now start to see what's inside each one, I can now start clicking down through and make my adjustments as I go. So again, the tool is designed to very, very quickly do a draft world-class job plan, and then you make the adjustments. Saving on average from the people that are using the tool right now, we're hearing back that it's saving up to 500% in the productivity improvements. So huge opportunity here to be able to utilize a simple, cost-effective tool that is subscription-based and be able to plan your jobs quickly and efficiently. Do you have any questions at all in regards to AI Job Planner? Well, if we have no questions, what I'd like to work and show you now.
There was a question submitted there.
Oh, okay. I can't see it on my screen. James, you got it?
Yeah, the question was about when the next demo is scheduled. We don't have it scheduled at the moment, but that will come. Kind of watch for our announcements in LinkedIn, probably as being there, or you can watch the events in the Conscious Asset website. I understand you've got something similar on yours.
Yes, we do. Or you can reach out to myself or James, and we can do a demo for you and your company and your employees as well. That's not a problem at all. We can do a custom demo for you, and even utilize your own equipment as well as your own specifications to show you how the tool works.
Yeah.
Any other questions in regards to AI Job Planner?
Yeah, one thing I might add too, if you want to see a demo of this thing in practice and use it yourself, it's in June. I'm going to be actually presenting this to a live audience at a conference in Colombia. A little bit far to go, but if you wanted to go and take a bit of a holiday with it, it's a great spot. And we'll actually give people full access to the system at that event where they can use it after it's been demonstrated, so they can very much put their own job requirements in there.
One of the other tools that I would like to just touch base on is what's called our mroAdvisor tool. Now, this tool is designed to find knowledge through internal documents quickly. And it's designed to help tradesmen troubleshoot equipment, but also maintenance planners to be able to quickly find additional information that they require. When you log into AI Job Planner or into mroAdvisor, they are fully secure systems, and they are also can be standalone, or they can be linked with an API with your system. Now, they can be on the cloud or they can be on premise as well. So we have full flexibility depending on what your current requirements are from a secure perspective, we can meet all of those needs. So this what you're looking on the screen right now is our mroAdvisor, and you're looking at the very first screen that the system administrator will come into and sign up for. And that is a data set. So you can put in multiple different data sets, and I'll talk about that in a minute here as we go forward. But right now I'm just going to click on the mroMac data set and bring you into our system. Now we can get more screen space by clicking on this. Now our tools are designed to work on the computer, a tablet, or they will work on the phone as well. So they're fully designed to be able to work on any device that you may be utilizing in maintenance. The screen, as I mentioned, that you're looking at right here, right now, is the screen for the system administrator. And this tool is designed to, as I said, to quickly find information for troubleshooting. It could be for safety, or it could be for your maintenance planner. The tools that are in the background of this are, there's roughly 4 or 5 different asset AI algorithms that are going on in the background to make all this work. But from an end user perspective, it's very simple. From this screen here, once you do, all you do is type in a detailed description of what the information or knowledge you're trying to find. Now, again, this is not a Google search. This is cognitive knowledge looking up. So I want to find let me see here, I'll just put in a charcoal filter arrangement for a Zamboni machine. Now, for you, those of you that a Zamboni machine is the machine that cleans the ice for the NHL rinks. And you just click search. Now, what it's doing here is it's going out and it's looking at all of your previous work orders, or it could be looking for any type of information. It could be looking for spare parts, could be looking for drawings, could be looking if you're into visual reality and immersed and digital twins. It can look for those documents as well, providing that you have metadata around it. And you'll notice the results. Bring back here, we've got results from history. We've got thermal oxidizer. It's got a 36.4 relative probability that this has the information in it. And we can set up the information that is seen back here, but right now we've got it set up to show the requester, the planner who did the work, the ID information, as well as the comments of what happened. So you would go through here. I can click and see the actual work order if I need to. From a document perspective, I come over here. Now this is documents. Now this system does not go out to large language models. This tool is designed to use your internal documentation and utilize the ability of the generative AI capability, but on your secure internal documents. So again, if you've got a service department and you've got IP that needs to be protected, this is the system for you. You type in, you put the information in, and now only the people that have access and have securely signed on have access to this information, and the information remains with you at all times. You control the information and you have full access to that information. So now when we come down here, you notice it pulled up a Cleaver Brooks manual and a few others. So we scroll down, well, here we go. We've got a Zamboni system. So I want to actually open up that document. I just click on here. Now what it does, it goes right out to that PDF that you just brought in, and it finds the actual page and location. Now, depending on the connectivity of your internet, or if you're on your phone, what data transfer speeds you happen to have at that location, it usually takes between 3 seconds and 1 minute to bring back the information. And what it's doing is it's found it, it's going directly to that page in that document. So now you can see the information within that document. Think of it this way when you're utilizing this tool. I can put in any documents that I need. And now I can retrieve it. So if I'm doing safety and I've got standard operating procedures for my safety, if I've got permits, we can put them into a separate database. The tradesman comes in, the operator comes in, they type in what information they're looking for, we bring it back instantly. If you're developing safety programs, we can drop in your standards from CSA or from OSHA right into this tool. You type in what it is that you need, and it will pull back the information that you require. Very quickly, very efficiently to be able to do that. So this was the page in which we were looking at, which was a Danfoss for what it brought back, and we clicked on. So now you see here on the left, we're into the manual, and the information that was on that page is right here. I'm going to also show you one of the things that we do is most tradesmen don't like jumping back and forth between two systems. So what we've got with the capability through a Chrome extension is we have the ability to be able to come into a work order. Now, this work order that you're seeing on your screen is a mroAdvisor system. It is a CMMS system that is designed for your NHL arenas and any type of arenas or sports facilities. So it's a facility management CMMS system. You notice this box here on the right. This is the mroAdvisor. So we have it set up here. So we're interacting when the tradesman comes in, they're interacting with this work order. They choose the various areas that they're looking at, and they type in down here. I've got an error code F42001. Now what's happening here is it goes out and it looks at my work orders that were previous related to that, and it brings them back here. And on the document side, it brings them back as well. This allows me to quickly find the information that I require within a CMMS system. Do you have any questions at all on mroAdvisor? Well, if there are no questions, I would like to thank you for taking your time over your lunch hour to come and visit us. We greatly appreciate that. If you would like additional information, please contact myself, Stan Shantz, at Prospect Analytics, or James Pickle with Conscious Asset Management. And between the two of us, we can answer any questions you have. We can do a private demo for you for your company, as well as we can provide you with access to the tool so that you can see it and play with both of them. So thank you very much for coming out to our Prospect Analytics Lunch and Learn.
Discover how our groundbreaking solution can transform your approach to maintenance. Reach out today for a personalized demo and experience firsthand how our artificial intelligence and machine learning technology can enhance your maintenance processes. Visit us at prospectanalytics.com to get started.